Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for November 8th through the 14th. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to see what's happening in the week ahead. Now, keep in mind, you might stumble upon this video outside of the time frames I mentioned. That's okay. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to hear the messages. Keep in mind, these are general readings. Not every single message will resonate, so take the ones that do, leave the ones that don't. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up for our Sagittarius friends in the Sagittarius collective. You might notice that the background is a little different here. I am on the road again, traveling yet again, story of my life. But the people need their weekly forecasts. So no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, we need to get you these forecasts. See what's going on here with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So the first card coming up for you guys is the World. Well, how very lovely. How very, very nice. All right. The World card, first and foremost, is a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards are going to come up anytime we're coming into a new chapter, a significant change. The things that you're dealing with are directly connected to what you came here to learn, what you came here to accomplish, what you came here to conquer. And even though I'm setting the intention for a 1 week period of time, the Major Arcana cards are energies that are going to be around for a while. We're not just talking about a few days or a week. Like, this is a significant chapter in your life. And as far as energy that's going to be around for a while, the World card is lovely energy to have for a while. Because the World card tells us that we're done with the nonsense, right? We've learned the karmic lessons. We've passed the karmic tests and the challenges. And I'm hearing baptism by fire. Sagittarius, a lot of you feel like you're coming out of a baptism by fire. And the World card is saying, it's over now. Now is the time to rise up, to be seen, to be celebrated, to be embraced. There's an element of physical travel sometimes with the World card. Being seen, being noticed, making a name for yourself. A modern interpretation of the World card can even be like being seen or being recognized on the World Wide Web. So on the internet, maybe your social media is really taking off. Those of you who have social media around sharing your story or trying to help people or guide people or some kind of business, you might be expanding or being seen, being recognized, being appreciated as someone who's bringing value. Not just success in terms of commerce, but being seen as someone that is offering something of real, genuine value. World card for me also comes up in readings when you're comfortable in your own skin, right? You're ready to be seen, you're ready to be celebrated, you're ready to be appreciated. This kind of energy. This is, you're ready to live your life now. You're not daydreaming about it happening to a perfect version of you and therefore giving the universe the instruction that here's all the things I want, but I don't deserve it until I'm bizarro universe, alternate universe version of myself. We're not giving mixed signals to the universe like that. We're saying I deserve it now. There's nothing wrong with me now. I'm whole, perfect, and complete the way that I am now, and I deserve these things to happen for me now. So seeing things happening for you in the present tense, being ready for them now instead of imagining this happiness in some far-off, distant future. Being ready to receive. Now, the next card coming up here for Sagittarius, is the Wheel. Holy cannoli. Now, when I get Major Arcana cards coming in back to back, it's telling me big changes in a short period of time. That's already a really powerful message. But to have the World and the Wheel, I mean, wow. Wow. We're talking about a whirlwind coming in overnight. It almost feels to me like this little tornado is coming down, sucking you up, picking you up, and putting you somewhere new. It might not be in a physical sense for every single one of you. Maybe for some of you, there is physical travel, there is a sudden move or a sudden trip or a sudden relocation. But for some of you, it could be all of a sudden an opportunity coming in and putting you in a new circle of people, or a new place of employment, or just a new dynamic. I just feel like you're being plucked up from one thing almost overnight and placed into something else really significant. Now, the wheel is a card that comes in with the message of the wheels of fate are turning in your favor. Wheels of fate turning in your favor. This is going to be very positive energy, positive shifts, positive changes. Okay? The wheel card also comes in with the messages of cycles. So you might be coming up on a really positive cycle, but the wheel card for me has a really important message for anybody who is either self-employed or anybody who works any kind of like commission-based work or bonus-based work, right? Some people have a set income. They know what they're going to make every single check. Maybe there's overtime sometimes, maybe there isn't, but they have a pretty good idea of how much they're going to make. There are other people where your income is going to depend on how much business is coming in. Or maybe your work is hourly in terms of like, your boss calls you in when it's busy. Maybe like an on-call person, right? So you don't have like a set income. Wheel card for me comes in for as a message for anybody who doesn't have a set income. There's going to be really busy times and there's going to be really slow times. You're coming into a very busy time, especially if you're somebody who's self-employed or doing something in terms of commissions. You're coming into a very busy period and there's going to be a lot of money coming in. But then you're going to have a little bit of a lull. There's going to be a slow period. And some of you want to be self-employed and that's what scares you. You're like, oh my gosh, but you know what? How am I going to be self-employed if I don't always have, a busy work coming in, lots of business coming in? You can be, because everything is supposed to be cycles. We don't want to be go, 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 go all the time. We need time to rest. We need time to recover. We need time to recuperate. If we can be smart with the money that's coming in during the busy season and we don't spend it like it's going out of style, we don't spend it like it's burning a hole in our pocket, and we hold on to as much of it as we can, when the slow time comes in, we're not stressed about money because we have money from the busy season and we can actually rest. We can actually recuperate, we can recover, we can treat ourselves, we might even go away and take a little trip because we have that money put away. And we're not stressed about the slow season. We can enjoy the slow season or the slow period. So we don't need to be always busy all the time. We just need to learn how to work within the cycles and work within the flow. And this is something that a lot of Sagittarius, you're going to begin to master. Understanding the cycles, understanding how to benefit from the busy times, understanding how to benefit from the slow times, understanding that there is a gift in every season, and what gifts to take from each season. Okay, now 2 major arcana cards back to back again tells us big changes in a very short period of time. Now your next card coming up for you, Sagittarius. Holy cannoli. I'm gonna flip out if your fourth card is a major arcana card. Now we have 3 major arcana cards coming in back to back, and this is massive. This is massive, and I'll tell you why, right? Already, the temperance card is about timing, things happening within divine timing, and there's an element of it of like stepping onto your life path or stepping into the direction in which you're being called. So that's big and that's massive, right? You're emerging with the world card. This is me, here I am world wheel card moving forward, the temperance card coming into your path, maybe even for some of you feeling like you finally aligned with your purpose. This is massive energy. But here's where it goes even deeper, Okay, here's the double whammy. For me in my readings, when I'm reading for somebody and the major arcana card comes up for their zodiac sign, it tells me that this situation is directly connected to you coming into your personal power. And guess whose card the temperance card is? Guess what zodiac sign the temperance card is associated with? Sagittarius. This is you. Everything happening. Some of you are having these epiphanies where there's things happening this week that's opening up this whole epiphany in your mind, where all of a sudden everything is making sense. You're saying, that's why I had that relationship. That's why I went through that struggle. That's why I worked that horrible job. That's why I was stuck living in that one place for so long. All of a sudden it's making sense because you're seeing how all these things came together and added up to bring you where you are right now. Something is happening in the coming week, Sagittarius, where you're remembering who you are, you're remembering why you're here, and you're stepping into your authentic power. When your major arcana card comes up, for me, it's like you're shaking away all of the conditioning, all of the labeling. We're told our whole life how we should be, right? We're told our whole life that we're too much this way or not enough that way, right? When our major arcana card comes up, we're shaking all of that off. No more of that, right? We're realizing that the things that we thought were defects or the things that we thought were flaws are actually strengths when we're able to apply them productively. We're realizing how much we have to offer. We're realizing how wonderful we are. There's a sense of falling in love with yourself in a non-narcissistic kind of way. Embracing your authenticity and living your life authentically without any guilt. Being in your confidence. Embracing all of you. Okay, so there's a beautiful energy in that way. Embracing all of you, embracing your true self, embracing your authenticity, and being in this energy of being in your power, being fully and completely in your power. So that's a beautiful message. I mean, this is a powerful reading, Sagittarius. This is a powerful reading in a powerful time. This is not shriveling energy. This is not somebody who fears the future. This is not somebody who shrivels away at the first sign of a challenge or an opposition. This is somebody who's ready for it. This is somebody who says, I have been through worse. This doesn't scare me. This doesn't scare me at all. God, universe, angels, guides did not bring me this far to fail now. If I survived all those things in my past, I could survive anything. This is energy where you see a challenge and you laugh. And you use it to your advantage. I feel like some of you are realizing that you have a gift for finding opportunities that you didn't realize that you had. You have a gift for seeing potential that you didn't realize that you had. So all of a sudden you're seeing all kinds of solutions. You're coming up with all kinds of business ideas. I feel some of you are even finding yourself in the future mentoring or coaching people, helping them figure out what they're good at and how they can make a living or a career out of it. It's powerful energy. Very powerful energy. Spirit just gave me the feeling or the sensation of a snake coming up and biting a person. I know that sounds dark and I know that sounds scary, but in many cultures, snakes are seen as a symbol of healing, right? Even in the Bible, people might say, no, the snake tricked Eve. Well, okay, yeah, but if you look at the story of Moses, when there was a plague of snakes, they were cured by a copper snake. They looked at this copper snake and it was blessed with like Holy Spirit and it healed the people. So even the snake in that sense brought a sense of healing or a symbol of healing, right? Snake is also shedding the skin. So for me, when spirit shows me a snake biting a person, it's symbolic of somebody being healed, right? So some of you are healing and you're bringing the healing energy to other people. Some of you are stepping into this path of healing, but for some reason, I feel like you're healing the mind. You're healing the mind, you're healing the thinking. You're helping people overcome mental blocks. So maybe some of you are doing some kind of psychology or life coaching, or maybe kind of blending spirituality with psychology. But for some reason, I do feel that some of you are stepping into bringing about like healing of the mind and healing of the thinking, like helping people to see themselves in a better way, in a better light, and to find solutions. And you're helping them because you've done it yourself. You've figured out how to do it, and now you're like helping other people do it. Your next card here, let's see if it's Major Arcana. I can't make this up. Holy cannoli, Sagittarius. Yowza. Yowza, yowza, yowza. This is a big week. Holy moly. We're talking big, big, big changes in a short period of time. Fasten your safety belts, my babies. Big, big changes. Big changes. You're like, where did all this come from? How is all this happening so fast? It's like you were trying to manifest for so long, but there were all these blocks. Now the blocks are gone, and it's like, bam, everything's coming in at once. Holy moly. Now, astrologically speaking, the Lover's card can be representative of Gemini energy. So again, some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. If you have a Gemini placement, there can be big changes happening for you in those houses or that area of your life. It is a Major Arcana card, so we've got all these Major Arcana cards coming in back to back. Big changes in a short period of time, breaking out of old contracts, old agreements, old karma. This is fabulous, delicious, brand new energy coming in. Lover's card can mean a relationship, romance, right? So as you're going in this path, for some of you, this is aligning you with a perfect soulmate or a love relationship, or now you're able to tackle or figure out what love is for you. However, you've heard me say this, some of you in previous readings, when the tarot was first put together, before it's like the tarot that we see today, because it's been kind of changed and modernized. But originally, the 6th Major Arcana card was not called the Lovers. Some decks called it the choice, the decision. Some decks called it the sacrifice, because the Lover's card had to do with figuring out what we want, choosing between two things, or choosing between two options. I feel in this sense, the Lover's card is coming up to tell you that you're going to have a lot of choices, because I heard the world is your oyster. So I feel in every single aspect of your life, you're going to have choices, you're going to have options. In career, in retirement, in where you want to live, in relationships, you're going to have choices, you're going to have options. And I feel, Sagittarius, for a lot of you, it's going to be very hard to pick because it's all so good. And some of you are going to be like, can I have them all? This is where you need to be careful. Don't get greedy. You're coming to the top of the mountain. Don't get greedy. Right? So in saying this, honor your commitments. Honor your alignments. Because some of you are going to be in a situation where it's going to be very easy for you to keep more than one thing going at once. Even within relationships. Even within romantic relations. This is not a romantic reading. I do romantic readings separate on my channel. But some of you are even going to have an option where you're going to have an ability to have more than one relationship. Some of you are going to be traveling and going around. And so it might be very easy for you to do that and not get caught. I'm just going to say this, Sagittarius. There's no sense in forcing yourself to commit to jobs or relationships or agreements that if you're going to resent it and if you're going to be miserable, right? Some people are meant to experience many different things. They can't just stick to one thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be honest about it. Don't lead anybody on. Because I guarantee you, there's going to be people out there who feel the same way that you feel. And you can find perfect situations for yourself. You can find the perfect, like independent contract kind of stuff, or contract kind of work, or project kind of work. You can find people who want to have a relationship and want to experience each other, but don't want to put a label on anything, or don't want to get too serious too quick. Like, you will find people that are aligned with what you want. Just be honest. If you're having a hard time choosing, if you're having a hard time deciding, and if you're going to resent making a commitment, don't make commitments, but just be honest. But a lot of you are coming into a time where there's this great big buffet in front of you, and you can have anything that you want. You manifested this. So it's going to be up to you to take some time and figure out, holy moly, this whole time I thought I had no choices. This whole time I thought I had no options. This whole time I thought there was no possibilities. And now I see there's so many possibilities. There's so many options. So what do I truly want? And maybe for a little bit you want to play. Nothing wrong with that. Just be honest about it. Check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos. Some weeks those might resonate for you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for November are linked in the description. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.